small analogy. City, a vibrant, bustling city is almost the same as a healthy human being. All its circulation systems are in a reasonably good working order. That's what a city is. A healthy city is. All its systems should be working well. And I'll take this analogy a little further by saying that just as a human being doesn't need fancy or equipments to stay healthy, like treadmills and cycles and things like that, in the same way, a city doesn't need all this infrastructure to start with. What it needs first is controls, regulations, inclusion, things like that. All this infrastructure and all can wait. Before that, we need public participation, we need controls, we need rules, which everybody follows. So basically there are two areas of concern for all of us. One of them is the snail's pace at which traffic moves during peak hours. That's a concern for all of us. And the second is the complete, absolute abuse and misuse of the public domain. Every city goes through this process of putting up expensive infrastructure, bridges, flyovers, grade separators, things like that, which within a matter of a few years become redundant and become inadequate. Now, what this infrastructure has done to us is all these bigger roads and better cars have made us maniacs. There's increasing road rage, there are untimely deaths, there are avoidable accidents, and the social scenario is getting worse and worse by the day. But here, there are two paradoxes that I would like to point out to you. The first is the plethora of advertisements that we see in our newspapers every day about cars and motorbikes and all kinds of luxury, cost-effective cars. So the common man is wondering, where are all these cars going? How many more can the roads take? That's the first paradox for the common man. The second paradox is the government itself, through its income tax department, is an unwitting partner in this crime. All of us who are taxpayers know this, that there is a hefty depreciation allowance on purchase of vehicles. So, which taxpayer would not like to grab this opportunity? You use a car for 2 years, throw it away, buy a new car, use it for 2 years, throw it away, buy a new car. So that's what's happening to the road scenario. What we need, first of all, is less feet on the street, more cameras, sensors to monitor the traffic situation. A few cops standing at a few junctions is not really going to solve our problem. So that's my first contention. We need less feet on the street and more of technological surveillance kind of equipment. Then the second is we need to put a cap on the number of vehicles that come out and ease out all the old cars, so that there is some kind of a consensus, some kind of a control on this population of cars. Third is we need to rethink this policy of depreciation and on any consumer item that leaves a carbon footprint. And of course, the final one is to do with mass transit system. The system should be such that there should be, of course, like a grid, like the one they have in London, where no commuter is more than 10 minutes away from any pick-up or drop-off point. Walking distances should be minimum. Our ticketing systems should be rationalized in keeping with international trends. That is, one ticket valid for different kinds of transport modes. And real-time information should be made available. Now the tragedy or the irony here is, people who have smartphones and people who have access to real-time information are not the ones who are using the public transport. The people who use the transport are the lower level people who have no access to internet or no access to real-time information. So this conflict has to be resolved. Okay, now the second issue, the first was the traffic. The second issue that bothers me a lot is the misuse and the abuse of the public domain. This public domain starts immediately as you step out of your house. As soon as you're out, the public domain starts. And the misuse starts. You spit on the road, you throw rubbish on the road, you litter the road, you do everything on the road. And it's not free. The conventional approach to solving any problem has been that the issue must have an engineering solution. It must be seen by the politician. The current trend is to put our faith in smart cities. We think smart city is going to solve our problem. And the government of India has notified these 6 characteristics: smart governance, smart environment, smart mobility, smart living, smart economy, and smart people. So it's going to divide the city into a smart area and an unsmart area. And that's where the problem will be. We still don't know what those problems are, we have not anticipated them, but these will definitely rake up a lot of social issues between the smart and the unsmart. And finally, in the hands of a vengeful government, this smart city can be a really dangerous thing. Okay, now back to this public domain. What I've tried to do is, for the sake of clarity to the authorities, all the misuses that happen in the public domain, I've tried to categorize them into 4 categories. So that either we take curative action, or we take punitive action, or we take remunerative action to curb this, to control this, or to eliminate it if possible. I'm calling these as protocols. Protocol 1 deals with people throwing garbage randomly on the road, littering, answering nature's calls, menace of stray cattle, those kind of things. I call them as Protocol 1. Protocol 2 deals with unauthorized parking on the streets, unauthorized dumping of building materials, debris, and things like that. The third misuse is setting up all these hawkers, tea shops, vendors, mechanics, all kinds of people who use public space and prime public space, and then over a period of consolidate their position and assume it as a matter of right. And the 4th protocol is plastering of city walls with posters and banners and cutouts and hoardings and advertisements and cables, and you have this entire mess happening all the time, all over the place. So basically, these are the 4 misuses, 4 protocols that I've identified. There can be many more. Now, this charter to be made legitimate, we need the approval of the local councillor. So, because he is the grassroots man, and that's where the action starts. We approach the electoral ward at the lowest level, get his approval, get him on our side, and then start the ball rolling. And ironically, for a people's charter to work, we will have to depend on technology to dole out justice fairly and uniformly, without fear or fear. So that's basically my, it's a very non-technical thing. I've been lobbying for this with lots of people, lots of groups, and I've tried to make it as non-technical a presentation as possible. Thank you.